Cruising offers a unique way to travel, combining luxury, adventure, and relaxation all in one trip. Whether you're exploring tropical islands or historic cities, a cruise provides endless entertainment, dining, and activities, all while waking up in a new destination every day. It's the perfect vacation for those who love variety, convenience, and unforgettable experiences on the open sea. Hi, this is Julie from julieventures.com, and in this video, I'm going to be providing a full ship tour of the Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas. The Independence of the Seas is a Freedom-class cruise ship that launched in 2008 and was refurbished in 2018 as part of the Royal Amplified program. It accommodates around 3,858 guests with a crew of 1,440. The ship was one of the world's largest cruise ships when it launched in 2008, only to be displaced by the Oasis of the Seas in 2009. As always, do me a favor and like and subscribe. My videos are not reviews, but tours to help travelers pick their perfect vacation destinations. Okay, let's get started. In this video, we will start at the bottom of the ship and work our way up, skipping the levels with cabins only. Deck 2 has conference rooms and nothing fun, so let's begin at Deck 3. The Independence of the Seas has 2 banks of elevators. We are starting at the aft set of elevators. They are actually closer to the center of the ship and not in the aft of the ship. Walking past the elevators, the first thing you see is the main dining room. The main dining room has entrances on decks 3, 4, and 5. This is a multi-level, elegant dining venue that serves breakfast, lunch on sea days, and dinner. All the food served in this venue is included with your cruise. The dining room is known for its grand design, featuring a sweeping staircase, chandeliers, and ocean views through large windows. As we turn toward the forward of the ship and walk past the elevators, we come upon the art gallery. Here you will find the different pieces of art that will be available via auction during the cruise. Continuing forward, you will find the photo gallery. If you purchased a photo package or wish to purchase individual photos, this is where you can preview and purchase them. Next is Studio B. This is a multi-purpose entertainment venue that primarily serves as the ship's ice skating rink. It hosts a variety of shows and activities throughout the cruise, making it one of the most unique spaces on board. You can even ice skate yourself during the open skating sessions. There is no way to walk through Studio B to get to the forward of the ship, so we need to go back to the art gallery and walk up to Deck 4. In the forward of Deck 4, there is a set of stairs that will take you back down to Deck 3. Here we find the Royal Theater. This is the ship's main show lounge, designed for Broadway-style productions, live performances, comedy acts, and guest entertainers. That's a wrap on Deck 3. Time to move on up to Deck 4. Deck 4 has multiple bars, restaurants, and the casino. There's a ton of action that happens on this deck, especially at night. Let's take a look. We will start this deck tour at the aft set of elevators. Just like on Deck 3, you will find another entrance to the main dining room, just next to the elevators. As we turn and walk towards the forward of the ship, you will see a beautiful pair of staircases. Here you can go down to the art gallery or up to the promenade area. Oftentimes, you will find a photographer located here to take pictures. To the left is Boleros, a bar and nightclub. This Latin-themed club serves up Cuban mojitos and your favorite classic cocktails to the sound of a 4-piece band playing salsa music. This is a popular place at night. Next is one of our favorite places to hang out, Playmakers Bar and Arcade. If you want to watch a game on TV, this is the place, as they have a dozen TVs spread throughout the bar. The food here is not included with your cruise fare, but I think you will find the prices to be fair. If you purchase the unlimited dining package, you get $20 per day that you can spend in Playmakers. My family really enjoys the wings and onion rings here at Playmakers. And next we have the Casino Royale. We were at port while we were filming, so the casino was technically closed. The casino had most of the new and popular slot machines, as well as some of the classics that we all love, such as Buffalo. It can get very crowded in here at night, and it can get a little cramped due to the number of people and tight spaces between the machines. The casino also has a bar in the center and table games. As we continue forward, we walk into the Schooner Bar, a popular bar on most of the Royal Caribbean ships. At night, this becomes the piano bar. One piece of advice: get here early for the piano bar. Seats are limited, and this is an extremely popular venue at night. As you walk past the Schooner Bar, to the left is the Asian-inspired dining experience, Izumi Hibachi and Sushi. This restaurant is really two restaurants in one. You can sit at a table and order sushi, small plates, large plates, or bowls of Asian cuisine. Or you can choose the hibachi option and enjoy the teppanyaki experience. Seating is very limited, especially if you want an individual table, so make sure you make a reservation. We chose to pick from the menu and skip the hibachi this trip. If you have a dining plan, then the table experience is included, but there is an additional upcharge if you select the hibachi option. I think it is around an additional $15 per person. The hibachi option is only available for dinner, but the sushi and plate options are available for lunch on sea days. And just outside Izumi is the fourth floor entrance to the Royal Theatre in the forward of the ship. Like most people, I tend to eat more than I normally do on a daily basis when I am on a cruise ship. To counteract all the additional calories I consume, I try to walk as much as I can on the ship. If you are looking for a great place to walk, Deck 4 has the perfect spot. The outside deck on 4 wraps entirely around the ship and never has a crowd. Sure, there is a walking track on the top of the ship, but it is short and always crowded with people. Plus, the views are hard to beat. I find watching the water from the back of the ship to be extremely relaxing. There are several shuffleboard areas on this deck too. This is free to play, and the equipment is stored in cabinets on the wall. The only downside to walking around on this deck is you can get a little wet from the mist, but only in the spots where the deck goes out a little, like right here. Technically, to walk around the boat completely, you have to go up a level in the forward of the ship, but this is such a cool spot. This spot reminds me of the classic scene in the Titanic movie. As we walk down the port side of Deck 4, you will notice that this is also a smoking area. The wind really does a good job of blowing the smoke away. That's all for Deck 4. Time to move on to Deck 5. Deck 5 is my favorite deck on the ship, mainly because this deck has the Royal Promenade. Once again, we are starting at the aft set of elevators, and just like the last two floors, the first thing you see is the entrance to the main dining room. As you walk across this pretty bridge, you will see guest services and shore excursions to your right, and to the left is the champagne bar. The drink menu at the champagne bar is all about delicious sparkling wines from around the world. The Royal Promenade has several stores, and to the right is our first store, simply called The Shop. Here you can purchase Royal Caribbean clothes and name brand clothing too. If you do like I did on this cruise and fail to pack enough shirts, this is a good place to pick one up. Directly next to the shop is Sugar Beach. This is the standard candy shop that is on most Royal Caribbean ships. Across from Sugar Beach is the very popular Cafe Promenade. While standard coffee is available for free in the buffet and other areas, this is the place to go if you are looking for premium coffees or espressos. They also have desserts and snacks available throughout the day. The food is free, but there is an upcharge for the drinks. They also offer alcoholic beverages too. They do have free standard coffee and teas in the back of the cafe. Diagonally across from the Cafe Promenade is the ice cream shop. While there is free ice cream on the Lido deck, this is their premium ice cream offering and is not included with your cruise fare. Continuing forward on the ship, you will see the collection on the left. Here you can find name brand purses and bags along with jewelry and wallets. Directly across from the collection is Regalia. If you are looking to purchase or window shop for a piece of fine jewelry or maybe a fancy watch, the Regalia is your store. This store also tends to be the place where all the drawings happen on the ship. Early on in the trip, random places will hand out tickets, and you must be present to win. Continuing forward in the Royal Promenade, you will see Solera Beauty on the left. Solera sells name brand makeup, perfumes, and colognes. Across from Solera is the wine bar Vintages. Whether it's Malbec, Merlot, Riesling, or Pinot Grigio, you're sure to find all your beloved reds or whites at Vintages Wine Bar. Just past Vintages is Trend. Here you will find lower priced watches and jewelry compared to the Regalia. Across from Trend is the British pub Ale and Anchor. The pub's impressive drink menu offers a selection of beers that range from ales to lagers, with UK-themed cocktails and an inspired collection of spirits. There's also a small stage where live music is played throughout the day. The final store in the Royal Promenade is simply called The Market. The Market is really 3 stores in one. First, this is the duty-free liquor store. Reminder, they keep any alcohol you purchase until debarkation day. Second, this is the Royal Caribbean gift shop where you can purchase t-shirts, mugs, and other knickknacks. Finally, this is the drug store with most of the over-the-counter medicine that you might need during your cruise. And finally, we come to Sorrento's Pizza. This is the included pizza restaurant. Whether you're into classics like cheese and margarita or specialty pies, Sorrento's serves it up daily. Sorrento's is open late and perfect for a late night snack. As you approach the forward of the ship on Deck 5, on the right, just in front of the Star Lounge, is the library. If you are looking for a quiet getaway spot, then the library is for you. Here they have computers, board games, and books available for the guests. And finally, we have the Star Lounge. Here they host many events during the cruise, and it is the primary karaoke club at night. Decks 6 through 10 are only cabins, so we will continue the tour starting on Deck 11. This is the Lido deck, and it has everything from pools to the buffet. Once again, we are starting at the aft set of elevators. For this deck, we will walk forward on the ship along the starboard side and then circle back on the port side. As soon as you step outside, you are in Splashaway Bay. Splashaway Bay is the kids' water play area. This area has its own pool for the kids, plus water slides, a splash pad, and hot tubs. Midship, we find the main pool area. There are 2 pools in this area, separated by a walking path in the middle. The pool on this side of the ship is known as the sports pool. Just past the pool is the pool bar. This bar is 2 stories tall and is a great place to grab the drink of the day while lounging poolside. Next is the adults-only area called the solarium. The solarium has 2 hot tubs, one on each side of the ship. These hot tubs jettison out from the ship and provide a great 180-degree view. One quick note, Deck 11 above actually has a viewing area into the hot tubs in the solarium. In the center is the adults-only pool and a bar. The bar is currently closed as we are in port. The forward of Deck 11 is the spa and fitness center. The sauna and steam rooms are free for all guests. There are separate rooms for male and female. On the first day of the cruise, I strongly recommend taking the free tour of the spa. This is also when they offer the best deals. The fitness center is also included with your cruise fare and has a very large variety of machines and free weights for use. Being on the front of the ship, the fitness center has a great view, and it makes using the treadmill more enjoyable. Now we are walking towards the aft on port side. From above, you can get a great view of the solarium. On this side of Deck 11 midship is the second pool called the Resorts Pool. It is very similar to the sports pool on the other side, but this side does have 2 additional hot tubs. And now we are back in Splashaway Bay. This side has a food option called Fish and Chips. This is a quick serve option that is included with the cruise. They offer fish and chips, chicken fingers, fried shrimp, and fish sandwiches. For a $12 charge, you can even order fried lobster tail. Speaking of food, the last place to visit on this deck is the Windjammer Buffet and the 2 upcharge dining options on the ship. But first, don't forget to wash your hands. As soon as you enter the buffet area, to the left is Giovanni's table. This is the ship's fine Italian dining option. Eating at Giovanni's is not included in your standard cruise fare. Make sure you make a reservation early, as this is a popular restaurant. Directly across from Giovanni's is Chop's Grill. This is another upcharge restaurant that requires a reservation. This is a Hallmark restaurant that has been serving Royal Caribbean for over a decade. Chop's Grill is the steakhouse on the ship. A meal at Chop's Grill is always a good choice. Finally, we have the Windjammer. No matter what kind of dish you're in the mood for, you'll find something tasty worth trying at the Windjammer. Here you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast is always the most crowded time at the Windjammer. Alright, that's everything on Deck 11. Time to move on up to Deck 12. Most of the things to see on Deck 12 are in the aft of the ship. The forward is just a continuation of the spa from Deck 11. The aft set of elevators lead you directly to most of the kids' clubs on the ship. If you have a baby between 6 and 36 months of age, the Royal Babies and Tots program is available for a fee. This is basically the infant daycare on the ship. Now let's check out the arcade. This ship has one of the largest arcades I have seen on a ship. The Challenger's Video Arcade has several types of skill and chance-based games. There is also an entrance to the Explorers Club directly in the arcade. This is the club for kids ages 6 through 8. Two more clubs can be accessed in the back of the arcade. Voyagers to the right is for kids ages 9 to 11. Fuel to the left is the ship's teen club. If we go back outside the front of the arcade, we find an additional kids club called Aquanauts. This club is for kids ages 3 to 5. Exiting to the port side of the ship and walking towards the aft, you will find many places to sit and relax, as well as a few ping pong tables. The aft of Deck 12 is a great place to relax. The ship blocks the wind here, and this spot is usually pretty empty. As we walk around to the starboard side, the upcharge restaurant Johnny Rockets comes into view. This restaurant is kind of hidden, as this is not an area that many people will travel to on the ship. The center of Deck 12 is the walking track. This area also has cabanas that can be rented for a fee. As you can see, the walking trail is very narrow and kind of short. This is the reason I prefer to walk around the outside deck on 4. The Sky Lounge is another bar on the ship. This is often a good option, as it is usually less crowded compared to the pool bar below. And now we are done with Deck 12. Time for Deck 13. Yes, this boat has a deck 13. Deck 13 is split between the forward, where the putt-putt course is, and the aft, where all the sports-related activities are located. We will start in the aft of the ship. The aft on Deck 13 has several fun things to do. This is where you access the sky pad, the rock wall, the water slides, and the flow rider. This is also where the basketball/pickleball court is too. The flow rider is free and usually has a fairly long line. These guys make it look much easier than it really is. I'm not sure what they call this climbing activity up to the right, but the kids seem to really enjoy it. Next, we have the basketball court and the climbing wall. The climbing wall is another free activity on this ship. Here you can see the perfect storm. 2 3-story dual racer slides called the Typhoon and Cyclone. This is also where you can go up to the sky pad, a bungee trampoline experience where you wear VR headsets and take part in gaming challenges whilst bouncing up and down. Here is a better view of the sky pad. Now we are at the forward of the ship. These interesting arch-like structures are actually sprinklers. There are 2 of these on this deck, and here is the Independence Dunes, a 9-hole putt-putt course that is free to play. And this little area is called the Sun Deck. That's a wrap of Deck 13, 1 more to go. There is not a whole lot to see on this deck. First we have the Suite Lounge, which I am unable to show, but there is another lounge on this deck that I can show. This was called Olive or Twist, but I think they changed the name recently. If you want to get away from all the action on this ship, this is a great place to do so, and it has a wonderful view. Okay, the only thing left to show is the cabin. We had an extended balcony cabin on the 7th deck. An extended balcony room compared to a standard balcony room means a significantly larger outdoor space on the balcony, offering more room to lounge and enjoy the views, while the interior of the cabin itself will be largely the same between the 2 room types. This couch can also be converted to a bed if needed. It is a fairly standard bathroom, but I do like the shower doors versus a simple curtain. Thanks for watching. If you are interested in booking a cruise or any vacation, please reach out to me by filling out a form at julieventures.com or send me an email at jrupert@mainstreetadventures.com.